Yo, y'all already know what it is. Welcome to another edition of Sour Hour Podcast, brought to you by Killer Sounds IG Mixtape Series. Me here, I got exclusive interview. You know what I mean? Good brother of mine, go by name A the Great. Some know. Others might know him by the Alexandria Collection. You know what I mean? Entrepreneur, extraordinaire, artist. I don't even want to say rapper. You know what I mean? Just well-rounded entertainer. We get into the strand I'm smoking on. This is called Bubba Kush. This is a 26% THC strand. It is an indica strand. It keeps you level-headed. Too much of it will keep you sedated. The good effects is good for back pains and arthritis. Peace.
Oh, what's good, my G?
What's good, bro? What's good, brother?
You already know what it is. The tree lighting.
Yes, sir.
Christmas.
I appreciate you joining in. You know what I mean? Christmas, you know what I mean? You know, spend a holiday time with your family, you know what I mean? On the board and all that. I ain't gonna keep you too much longer, you know what I mean? This has been long overdue.
You already know.
You know what I mean? But before we get into it, how you been, man? How you been? We go way back.
I've been great, bro.
We got a very extensive history. You know what I mean? We grew up together, coming out of Staten Island, New Brighton. You know what I mean? Salute to the whole Staten Island for putting on. Let's get into it. So the people that don't know, let the people know who you be, man.
My name is Alexander the Great, aka A the Great. Well, let me break down a little history for people who really don't know. So it all started with Agony, you know what I mean? My real name that I went by as like artist and being creative was Agony, especially doing the music, you know what I mean? So everything kind of derived from that, Aggie, AG, and all the other stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm part of the Alexander family. I'm the great Alexander, you know what I mean? So that's just a lot of stuff to it. I'm going to hear a lot of stuff. I'm going to break a lot of stuff down on as we go along as far as with the art, you know what I mean?
So, tapping into the art real quick. I remember growing up through graffiti and the bubble letters and stuff like that.
You already know.
At that time, you know, people might have known you by Mel-ism. You know what I mean? You was putting that ism all over the place. You know what I mean? People they didn't connect it. You know what I mean? But let's start with the music. You know what I mean? I know you one part of a infamous group coming out of Staten Island, go by the name of 456 Number Runners. How did that start?
It's crazy because it's like we was just little youngsters or whatever. Like I already been running the streets, doing graffiti and all that stuff. It's like I met up with my boy Huey Francis, you know what I mean? And he, you know what I mean? He had like his whole little team or whatever that was like down the block, right? And I just so happened to just be moving down the block, Richmond Terrace, you know what I mean? And just us being together, been in the hip hop, but they was really into it more. Like they was really writing rhymes and stuff and all of that stuff before me, you know what I mean? Like Huey was the one who had me on, like, yo, I'm telling you, you gotta do it like this, helping me with bars and stuff at a young age. And it's like, we just was, you know what I mean, just like on it, you know what I mean? It was just a way of life. We wasn't doing it because we seen other people doing it. We doing it because that's what we felt. It felt good. Like that's what it was, you know what I mean? So we come from that, you know what I mean? We are that.
Okay, you know, not to you know, my own horn or anything, you know what I mean? Being a part of that movement, you know what I mean, for the period of time, there's a lot going on. Yeah, guys was producing a lot of good music. You know, for people that's not aware, well, you know, it's been that way for a while with Staten Island, but you know, you guys were producing a sound, and I remember we went out and did a show in Rhode Island. The feedback was crazy, you know what I mean? And being connected, knowing, yo, we just came from the crib, blowing it down, getting a couple of heroes together to hopping in the whips, going to Rhode Island, tearing the stage up, looking at the response. You know what I mean? So I'm like, wow. And then to see as y'all grow. Shout out to I believe the brother named Shim.
Yeah, Shim.
You know, shout out to Shim.
Records.
You know, he you know, like I said, man, he put a light on you guys, and you know, y'all helped that light shine by collectively coming together and collaborating with the music that was creating. You know what I mean? I remember also, you know what I mean, not to keep it too much about what I remember, but I remember also working with a producer out in Queens named Tiz.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And we went to I believe that was DMC studio.
Jam Master J thing in Queens.
Yeah, Jam Master J studio, and
yeah,
we created a classic. Number Runners Winter Wars.
Classic. That ain't even on streaming platforms right now. I'm about to get that shit up there though.
I got some tracks. But you already know how politics and all that just to upload and you know what I mean. So you know maybe we can tap in and get something going on that. But you know I know you went over in Belize. How's that going, man? You know what I mean, tapping in with your roots.
Yo, it's amazing, man. To really be here, knowing that like my father, my family was here. Like this is where they grew up at. So to be in a house where they grew up at and to be moving around and seeing like, you know what I mean, the motherland, like this is where a lot of this stuff started at. Like you see, like even the Mayan temple, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go to the Mayan temple. Like you would think that's in Mexico or something somewhere like, this is in Belize. You know what I mean? This is the biggest Mayan temple that's down here in South America. Zanu, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it, Zanunich, whatchamacallit. But I ain't gonna lie, like, it's monumental. It's just like traveling, you've seen all this stuff you read about or seen in the books or stuff like that. To be there, it's like, yo, it's amazing, man. I advise people to go out, travel more, see life more, experience things more, you know what I mean? Give you more things. You know what I mean?
It's good to see, brothers, you know what I mean? I came up with traveling abroad, you know what I mean? Tapping in, seeing other countries and touching other territory, you know what I mean? That's a big accomplishment coming from where we're coming from, you know what I mean? Also coming up, you had a unique style with you, man, you know what I mean? How'd you make the Coogee shit look so good, man? Let's get about that, because, you know, we go back. You know what I mean? We go back. I don't want to hold you up too much. I know it's holiday time, Christmas evening, but let's talk about it, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like everything was just like beautiful around that time. So we just basically was able to express how we felt and the things that we see. The fashion, the clothes, you know what I mean? Get Coogees that people ain't never seen, the underwater sunken treasure, like
you and Core Hall with the Coogee and the icebergs, man. You know what I mean? Big up Core Hall, man. You already know, man. But y'all brothers was putting on with the fashion at a young age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We was on it, like it was a way of life. Like it was about moving around and taking little things from here and little things from there and piecing it together and coming up with our own stuff, or just experimenting, doing wacky stuff that you wouldn't normally see people do. That's what we was about, you know what I mean? Like creating, innovating the fashion world, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Still on it.
You know, like I said, I see you grinding. Like you got your hand in a lot of pots, you know what I mean? I want to tap in about the whole artistry thing that you got going on with the Alexander collection. Like what I know previously you was doing graffiti and you was into art, but what brought you back?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because it's like I remember when I had moved to Atlanta, right? I moved to Atlanta probably like 2015, 2016. And it's like, once I got the new crib, big, big ceilings and the white walls, it reminded me like that art gallery feel. So I wanted to have like nice big paintings. And when I'm going around to look for paintings, it's like $600-700 for shit that ain't even real. Like these prints and shit like that. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm about to go get my own stuff and try to paint, because I see Bob Ross doing this shit when I was a kid, and he made it look so easy. So that's what I was on. I was just painting my own, going to get canvases from Michaels, Blick, or whatever, paint, and just be right there painting. I'll be outside, terrace or whatever. It's funny because Lotto, she used to be my neighbor. They used to be walking past, saying my shit. Oh, yo, damn, y'all need to paint, yo. Like, that's how I used to get, like, painting stuff for me is how people used to see my paintings and be like, oh my God, you selling that? I want that. Or that's how I started selling paintings and stuff like that. And that's my passion. So it brought me back into that world of really being creative with the art and expressing how I feel and what I'm going through or through on the painting. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's how I really took it to that time.
Yo, I seen you got a lot of nice pieces. I seen you working a few art galleries with your paintings out there being in exhibits and stuff like that. So, again, I took my hat off to you to tapping back into what your passion was and getting a good outcome out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's been good with these days? I'm rumor has it you back in the studio spitting bars. What's going on?
Yeah, I got a lot. So I basically been feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Like the painting and all that stuff is good, but I'm an artist, which means like I'm creative by nature. So I just felt like I'm always into like beats and instrumentals and violins and sounds. So it's like I want to just take my artistry to the next level. You know what I mean? So it's like just that you see it that's moving and now put words to it too. So it's like a whole story with a dialogue. It's like a whole different way of art. You know what I mean? And it's like I felt like, yeah, it's time. It's time now. Because it's like I'm glad everybody's talking to F the streets and all of this stuff, turmoil, cool. Because now you got to bring it back to that same vibe where it really came from. Higher infinite power, healing our people. The real hip hop, you know what I mean? Now we bringing that good feel back where you hear songs, you feel good. Remember Rock the Bells and Shaking the Baby, all of that.
I want to get into something if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And after, if you could break it down to me real quick. Let me see if I get it. Yeah, I believe the song was called Snapchat.
Snapchat, yeah.
I've been vibing with it for a minute, man. It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah. That's something.
Niggas watch it. Cooler than the fans, still talking all that hot shit. I remember landing. Nothing but a hostage. Thinking soda grands, they support my shit. Also, I be in my pocket. Sticking to the plan while these bozo niggas pop shit.
This part right here. This part is coming up.
I be trying to cop shit while you be on some cop shit. When you make a profit, I treat you like a profit. Fucking with these keys, I ain't talking about a lot of shit. I'm something like a janitor. I open up the lot shit. You be on that hot shit. I'm totally the opposite. Shooty man, bad at me, cause she said I'm a topic. Coordinate discussions on the center of this topic. I be all on my stories, I be posting getting topics. Shorty ass that, but I think she paid for it on the Snapchat, telling niggas straight for it. It's a cash shot, man, you gotta pay for it in this lifestyle. I don't think you meant for it.
Yo. People want to hear that, let you know where they can hear the rap. But what inspired you to come up with that track there? Snapchat.
So it's crazy because like, believe it or not, some of these songs you might hear might be like 10 years old, might be like, you know what I mean? Like it's just for the bullshit. You know what I mean? I'll probably go through at that time. Snapchat was popular. Everybody was on Snapchat. Chicks being sneaky and all that. That was the thing. On Snapchat, we got Snapchat. Chick tell you, we got Snapchat.
Snapchat delete your messages.
I'm gonna tell you what she doing, girl. That's It's just like I mean, it's just a vibe, and people that's doing that, that hear that, they gonna like it because they gonna be like, oh, this because he broke it down.
Yeah,
and I respect it because it's like, yo, this lifestyle you ain't made for it. Cash out, you better pay for it, nigga.
That's how it caught me.
Yeah.
That's how it caught me. Snapchat. Listen to it, I said, oh shit, this is what they doing on Snapchat.
Exactly.
So you hit a very pivotal point with that, man. You know what I mean? But what the people look forward to? When something coming out, like what you got going on?
So I basically shot a video of Belize, One More Step, produced by Pat Pockets. You know what about right here? I just shot the video for One More Step in Belize. Y'all can go to my IG, the Alexander the Great. No, it's Alexander the Great, ALEXANDERTHEGREAT_. And you could go see all about. I really this is like my first video that's up there. So it's like you could go there, you'll see me sitting right there with a merry-go-round with little horses right there, like a whole pinkish looking stuff. They got my shirt over the black hats, like some orange shirts with the orange jellies on. Go click on that link. You see it, I mean? It's just like an introduction right now because there's a lot of people that don't know me for doing music. There's people that just know me for painting. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like now I'm introducing those people, which is the majority of the people that probably follow me or probably know me as of since, you know what I mean? A certain amount of time that's seeing this side of me now. Like, oh, snap.
Now you get a whole new audience. Well,
Yeah.
you regather your audience.
Like,
Shout out to them. Because they didn't even know you was in that realm for something.
exactly.
You know what I mean? But I mean, we coming from the same spot. They don't know how tapped in you are. You know what I mean?
Much about it.
London boys, Chinks drugs.
Shout out my boy.
Henny the Don. You know what I mean? Just you know, it just levels. And like I said, coming from where we coming from. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. The masses don't even know how connected this individual is. You know what I mean? And like, what was the whole vibe like fucking with SAS, man? Shout out to Mega, shout out to Mayhem, man.
Shout out, man. I ain't gonna lie, like it was just different, especially at that time. Like it wasn't no UK artists, UK rappers, or nobody wasn't for the UK rapping over here in America, you know what I mean? So for us to loop in with them and start mingling and really moving around together and making stuff happen, like it was a different vibe, you know what I mean? It was different. And they too, that's what I mean. Shout out to
Dipset, you know what I mean? Rockefeller movement, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Shout out Dame Dash for that, you know what I mean? But you know, just those connections and like I said, we were going to school with them brothers, you know what I mean? So it was a whole different round.
Yeah.
You know, I tell these stories and people look at me like, yo, it sounds so far-fetched. Like, man, I was fucking with them. They way over in London. Like, nigga, they was in our area. They was fucking with us. You know what I mean? Like, we got stories.
Yo, bro, New York at one point, before the internet, before the social media stuff, like New York was the hub for all the rappers that come to. Everybody wanted to come to get over music, had to come to New York. So it's like you had to come to New York. I don't care what part of the world you was from. At one point, you had to come to New York. So
how did you build a relationship with Chinks Drugs, if you don't mind speaking on it?
It's crazy because me and Chinks met up top. Mid-state. Yeah, me and Chinks. A lot of people don't really know too much about me being locked up, but yeah, me and Chinks was locked up in mid-state. We just knew some of the same people. You know what I mean? I knew Chink's brother and all of that type of stuff, and we just knew all of the same people. Like he mentioned the name, it's like, yo, look, Gutter, look, like I said, yeah, I know them. Like everybody you name, I know them. Like call them right now. They know me.
And that was so crazy because Stacks was frequently in the hood. You know what I mean?
I was
well-known Stacks family lived right in the hood. You know what I mean? And, so once the connection came about, it was like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Riot Squad, man. Far Rock America, man. Staten
up to the motherfucking gang, you heard?
I know the whole movement, man.
Thuggin', buggin', you already know what it is, man.
Well, what's good? What's good with you though, Ak? Man, it's been a long time, man. Happy holidays again, man. I appreciate you for tuning in, man.
I had to come in with the holiday spirit. Yo, that Christmas is big out here in South America, Belize. Like, that's what they do out here. Yeah, real big. You hear Christmas songs all month. Like December, I'm about to come. I ain't gonna put too much out. I'm about to do the Christmas thing. You heard?
Yeah, I was looking for some tracks because you know what I mean. We was gonna pull up with this, and I know you're in Belize, so I was looking for some tracks. There's a lot of Christmas Belize tracks, a whole lot. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh shit, okay,
yeah. I ain't gonna lie, like with my family, about to bring an artist to America that be robbing and like Spanish and it's in America. You know, like Pablo, yeah, my boy Pablo.
You had your hand in the right.
Yeah, you know
what I mean? Like I said, man.
Believe it or not, the first black distributors in America.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's big. That's big. That's big. That's big.
But yeah. Think about it. Beef is owned by the first black distributor in America. Matter of fact, we had the first black-owned distribution in Georgia. First black-owned distribution. Like meaning that other alcohol companies could come to us to sell their alcohol. You ain't got to go. Yeah.
Wow.
Puff was messing with us. He wouldn't have been going through this.
Okay.
Yeah. You know
man, it just feels good, man. It just brings me back so much memories, man. Like shows we tore down. Like you remember the show we did? I think it was Easter over there in Clove Road.
Oh, we.
They came through, yeah.
You too, right?
That shit was epic, man.
Yeah.
We did the flow with it video in the backyard. Another epic moment.
Brought back the memories. That's what I do. It's about bringing back that feel, the memories, like good feel. You know what I mean?
Boom, back at the Art Factory. You know what I mean? Niggas even know what the fuck the Art Factory was at the time. You heard? That's why I be looking at motherfuckers. They go, we the Art Factory, nigga.
That's a
quiet as cat.
Money over the air. Look, had like about 50,000 thrown in the air. The Art Factory before they even knew about what was going on.
Them was the times, man. Them was the times, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold you up. There's so much more we could talk about, but I don't think today's the day. It's holiday spirit. Let's keep the joy. I appreciate you for tuning in, brother.